YouTube, welcome back to my 7th video in the Python 3.7 tutorial series. In this video, we're going to be going over if, elif, and else statements in Python. Everything that we've done up to this moment was basics. So from now, we're going to be going on to actual programming. The first thing that you want to do is open up our IDE, or Atom. So go to your Spotlight search or go to your Windows menu and type in Atom and hit enter. You should see an empty Atom canvas pop up like this. Now you're going to save this file by typing Control-S or Command-S, and you're going to type if.py and hit enter. And let's save that. And on the other hand, you're going to open up a terminal like this and keep this right here so we can run our scripts. After this video, I'm going to show you how to install a package on Atom so you can run your scripts directly from Atom without needing to open up the command line. But I'm going to do that in the next video. The first thing that we want to do is declare a variable called name. So let's set name equal to John Smith, like this. Now, what is an if statement? An if statement is pretty much just a block of code to run a test and then execute some code. For example, we need to make an if statement saying if the name is John Smith, only then let this user into the application. For example, let's write that in code. So the first thing that we need is an if statement. So we'll write if and name is equal to. When we're setting things equal to each other in Python, we don't use a single equal sign like we do when we're setting variables. We use a double equal sign. So if we were to use a single equal sign, we would get an error. Only variables use a single equal sign when they're setting things equal to each other. So we're going to use if name is equal to John Smith. So as you can see, it says if the name, variable name, is set equal to the string John Smith, then we're going to put a colon and hit enter. It's going to auto-indent for you. So if it doesn't auto-indent for you, you can just hit tab and it'll indent. So if name is equal to John Smith, then it should execute whatever code is on this line. So it could execute whatever is after this colon. So I'm going to write print you are John Smith and hit there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run this program just to see how it works. So first things first, let's change directories to the directory that you saved it in. So if you go back and select save as here, you should see this where place. This where is the directory that you're in. So I'm going to type cd desktop and hit enter. Now to run this program, we're going to type Python 3 if.py, and Python 3 is going to run it. So it says you are John Smith, like that. Now, if we were to set this equal to something else, like Sally Smith, and if we run this by typing Python 3 if.py again, as you can see, it prints out nothing because name failed the test. But when we put it back to John, it'll work. Now, let's try a practical example. We're going to make an age test saying if the age is older than 18, you are an adult. So let's say age is equal to 18, like this. Save that. So age is equal to 18. And then we're also going to do if. Okay, that's how you declare the if statement. So if age. Now we're going to learn a different operator. You've probably seen this operator before in algebra class in 7th grade. So if age is greater than or equal to, or greater than, let's just say greater than. If age is greater than 18, print you are an adult, like this. And now let's run that again by typing python3 if.py. And as you can see, age is not greater than 18. Age is equal to 18. So if we wanted to make greater than or equal to, we can use an equal sign right after that greater than sign. So if we were just to leave it like this, the 18 is not greater than 18, but 18 is greater than or equal to 18. So now if we run this script, it says, you are an adult. Now let's see what happens if we try to make this something like 14. If we try to run the script, it will not run. Okay. Another operator you need to know is the less than operator. So if age is less than 18, print you are a child. And let's run this. And as you can see, it prints you are a child because 14 is less than 18. If you're having trouble seeing if something passed the test, always try to imagine the name or the variable, this attribute, equal the variable. For example, 14 is less than 18. Instead of thinking, oh, is age less than 18? Think, is 14 less than 18? And after that, there's of course the less than and equal to. If we run this, it again says you are a child because it's not equal to. So if we do 18, it'll say you are a child, but it shouldn't be that way because of the equal sign. So now we're going to learn about the else statement, else and elif. So we're going to hit enter, and as you can see, it's going to automatically indent. So you're going to hit backspace, like this. When we're doing an elif statement, you're going to start it just like you did an if statement. The only difference is that it's an elif instead of if. Elif also requires a test and then the block of code to run after that. So elif, let me just change this to an adult and change this to a greater than or equal to for the sake of our project. So elif age is less than 18, colon, print a child, like this. Now let's make another elif, saying if age is less than 6, print you are a toddler. As so. And finally, we're going to use an else statement. What an else statement does is it does not require a test. It's automatically going to run a block of code. So it's basically saying, if everything else fails, then run this block of code. So I'm going to run else. You don't need a test statement, so you're automatically going to go to the colon. And then type print enter a valid age or something. So if we run this, it's going to say you are an adult because if age is greater than or equal to 18. If we turn this to 17, it's going to say you are a child because age is less than 18. If we set this equal to 5, then as you can see, it says you are a child, like this. finally, if we just set this equal to a string, like this, and try running it, we're going to get an error. Because everything that we've had set is integers, and if we use a string in the middle, it'll print out an error. So that's it for this video. You should try practicing these statements, and that's all I have. So I'll see you in the next video.